There are certain Sundays in the NFL where the story feels bigger than the scoreboard. It's not just about the points put up, but about what those moments mean for a team's identity, for a player's journey, and for the fans who have been waiting for a spark. That's exactly what Minnesota experienced in Week 3 when the Vikings demolished the Bengals 48-10, a game that was about far more than the lopsided score. It was about a veteran quarterback who once carried MVP hype, who had been written off by much of the league, and who stepped back under center in purple and gold to deliver a performance that was steady, poised, and deeply meaningful. Before I tell you everything, make sure to hit the like button, drop a comment down below, and subscribe to the channel so we can keep growing and bringing you the hottest news from your team. Carson Wentz didn't need to light up the stat sheet in his Vikings debut. He didn't need to throw for 300 yards or make dazzling plays to prove his worth. With Isaiah Rodgers scoring not one but two defensive touchdowns and Jordan Mason pounding out-chunk runs on the ground, Wentz only needed to manage the game. And that's exactly what he did. He finished 14 of 20 for 173 yards, 2 touchdown passes, and a stellar 129.8 passer rating. It was efficient football, capped by 2 touchdown strikes, one to Josh Oliver in the opening drive and another to TJ Hawkinson late in the third quarter to push the score to a commanding 48-3. By then, his day was done. This debut carried extra weight for Wentz. A North Dakota native, he grew up a Vikings fan. Running out of the tunnel in a purple number 11 jersey, greeted by loud cheers from the home crowd, and taking a moment to embrace his wife and daughters on the sideline, it was a homecoming unlike any he's experienced. There were definitely a lot of emotions I had to channel, Wentz admitted after the game. It's been a while since getting a chance to do this, and to do it in purple and gold meant a little extra something to me. I had a blast out there. Head coach Kevin O'Connell made it clear before kickoff that Wentz would get at least 2 starts while rookie J.J. McCarthy recovers from a high ankle sprain. After the win, O'Connell doubled down, confirming that Wentz will start again in Week 4 against the Steelers in Dublin. He'll get another opportunity, O'Connell said. For a young player like JJ with the movement skills he has, we want to make sure he's fully healthy before he's back out there. We're going to do right by him. The day wasn't without its hiccups. Wentz, who had only been with the Vikings for a few weeks, showed some rust early. After the opening touchdown, Minnesota's next 4 drives sputtered, 3 ended in 3 endouts and 1 in a field goal. He took 3 sacks in the first half and narrowly avoided another by scrambling for a single yard. At times, he didn't fully trust what he was seeing, but what stood out was his resilience. He didn't fold, didn't panic, and when the game was in control thanks to the defense's 4 takeaways, he played within himself and executed. O'Connell praised Wentz's ability to play point guard for the offense. He made great decisions, he got through his progressions, and he did a lot to help us win today, the coach said. He understands who he is at this point in his career. When he's given the right opportunity, he normally plays really good football. I wasn't surprised at all to see him go out there and run our offense effectively. There was history made too. Wentz became the first quarterback in NFL history to start for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive seasons. For most players, that stat would sound like a punchline, but for Wentz, it's a testament to resilience. He's been a backup, a journeyman, and at one point, nearly out of the league. Yet at 32 years old, he still has the arm talent and intelligence to contribute. And on Sunday, he reminded the NFL of that fact. The defense, of course, set the stage. Rodgers' 2 defensive touchdowns electrified the crowd. Myles Murphy was constantly pressured, and the Vikings dominated every phase of the game. By halftime, Minnesota led 31-3 and the Bengals had no answers. It was the largest margin of victory for the franchise since 1998. With stars like Justin Jefferson bouncing off tacklers for explosive gains and Mason carrying defenders downfield, the Vikings looked like a team that could suddenly handle adversity with style. What stood out most from Wentz was his humility. Did I play a perfect game? Not at all, he admitted. There are plays I want back, sacks I can't be taking. But anytime you come away with a win like that, it's hard to win in this league, so you enjoy those when you can. His philosophy was simple: distribute the ball to playmakers and let them shine. And now, with wide receiver Jordan Addison set to return from suspension next week, Wentz will have even more weapons to work with. So here's the real question for Vikings fans. Is Carson Wentz simply a stopgap until J.J. McCarthy returns, or could this veteran presence give Minnesota a chance to steady the ship and stack wins in the meantime? Do you believe he can keep the offense humming overseas against the Steelers? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe for more breaking Vikings updates and all the latest NFL news.